All right. And we are going. And guess what time it is? It's 10 fucking 33. That's what time it is. It's 10:33. Couldn't have timed it any better, to be perfectly fucking honest. All right. So, yeah. You're staring at my screen right now. You're staring at my home screen on my phone and shit.
What are you on?
I'm on YouTube. I'm on my channel. Live streaming on YouTube. It might take a minute for it to pick up, but I know, like when I did the live streams earlier, they registered and all that. So we gonna spark a big old doobie. We got some Paris OG and some Dirty Sprite. It is in fact live streaming, although I do know that it's not live streaming like I want it to. You might have to zoom in on your screen if you want to be able to like completely, I don't know, I guess see everything, whatever. It's kind of more about audio, really, tonight. But I did want to screen share and live stream this, just more to, well, first and foremost, for the whole point of all this. And secondly, also to give somebody else a little bit of exposure. Because even though he's a fucking whine ass, fucking pain in the ass bitch, love you, buddy. Hard to listen to sometimes because all you do is ramble on about David Schroeder and fucking Thomas Schellenberger and all this other shit. So it does get old after a while. So it's hard to listen to. But every now and then, clearly, you come out with some shit that is like really inspirational. I tried to tell you that before. Like if you just break away from all that stupid shit and kind of go on some other type of shit, you'd be Gucci, baby. You'd be fucking Gucci. So that's what we're doing right now. You're just staring at my screen, and I'm smoking this amazing joint with a ceramic tip with a built-in filter, and it's just so smooth as fuck. It really is. And I'm kind of really hoping that our harvest comes about so that we can, because we just took down some Strawberry Jubilee, 2 crosses actually. One was Strawberry Jubilee and then the other one was Strawberry Jubilee crossed with Gelato 31. And they are smelling like some funky ass. Oh, that's a cute kitty. Kitty. Yes.
Sorry.
We love animals. We do. We love animals. My wife just showed me a picture that she was scrolling something through the internet. And this picture of this cat. It's cute. Anyway.
He's a home.
I know, the wife's trying to talk me into a cat, and we're probably going to wind up getting a cat. I can tell you that, because we had Gaikyun, who is a German Shepherd, Akita mix.
No way.
Beautiful dog. Absolutely beautiful dog. I absolutely love him. And then we were thinking about getting a puppy. And we tried a couple things, and I was like, I really don't actually think it's probably like a good fit, maybe. But in the end, we wound up getting a Shepherd Malinois mix. The wife's baby.
Yeah.
Whom she is totally, definitely the wife's baby. I will tell you. I could be standing there right next to her, and if we both call her, we say Millie baby, she's going to the wife. So
that's when she actually listens.
So it's worked out pretty good. She's really high strung and she's a pain in the ass, and the other one was just a pain in the ass to begin with. I mean, anybody who knows shepherds, I mean, they're kind of a pain in the ass. And I did, like, when we got the first one, I completely forgot. I was like, oh fuck, this is what it was like to have shepherds. I completely forgot. But they're goofs. They're great. We're currently in the middle of teaching Millie how to jump up. Like, I want this dog to jump up into my arms. Obviously, it's in her blood. She has the ability. We just have to train her to do it. But, like, when you come through the door and you're like, okay, come. I want her to run and then jump up into my arms. So, that's my goal. God damn, dude, this is hitting so good. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's so fucking smooth. It's I rolled a good one. So, for anyone else, I actually don't even know. It says that there's one other viewer. I'm pretty sure that's my wife right now. I don't even know. It's just a heads up. I don't even know if there's like a chat thing going on or anything like that. Like if people are able to comment or anything like that. I can't see right now. I'm literally just staring at my screen, and I'm just gonna let it rock like that. So. But all I know is that it's recording. The audio is there. Yada yada. So I know when I eventually do play this video, that's where the audio might get a little bit messed up. Just a little bit of heads up on that. The audio might be like really loud. My microphone is still gonna be there, but the audio on the actual video itself might be a little bit louder, a little bit more distorted. And I'm gonna do my best to try to fix that as I go along. If I can't, I can't. So it is what it is. But I do feel like after coming across this person that I know, after coming across his live stream, I do feel very much. Oh shit! Dogs are going nuts. I do very much feel like this is very pertinent, and I'm definitely at a point in my life where like I don't feel like it's not beneficial to keep shit bottled inside at all. It's actually fucked me up for like the majority of my life, as a matter of fact. Um, and I'm just it's just one of those things where I'm not gonna fucking keep quiet anymore because it's caused enough damage to me, and I simply can't allow it to cause any further damage. And that's basically what this is about. And there's probably going to be more of these too. As a matter of fact, we're probably going to go on multiple rants and shit. And I don't really care because I kind of need to release. I mean, I don't kind of need it. I need to release. And I need the shit to stop trapping me. Because in the end, the universe knows, and I know, most importantly, that I'm not the bad guy. I didn't do anything wrong. So. Oh, excuse me.
Go lay down, Pedro.
And yes, obviously, I'm drinking beer. Oh, hey, real quick, just so you know, what you're staring at the screen right now, that was art that was created by me. That was in the theme of me representing myself as God, I guess, so to speak. So that's what I would look like if it was a psychedelic spatial theme, I guess. If I myself, portrait of myself, was God of the universe. So, because I'm very much in art. I guess most typical pieces of shit, deadbeat motherfuckers wouldn't be into something like that, right? Yeah, they just do drugs, right? Because apparently that's what people say, right? When in reality, all they really did was they just took one version that was past tense, which is erased and deleted at this point, and they continued it, repeated it to purpose their own agenda, basically. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. So that's saying that like somebody who did once upon a time do a lot of cocaine and ecstasy, like they're just magically not allowed to stop. Like once they do it, they just always have to do it. I don't know. That's weird because that's not how it worked for me. But that's weird because that's the version that a whole lot of other people seem to have. And to me, that's weird because that's not the reality that actually played out. But I don't know. Whatever. No, I puff on some Chiba that normally I grow. Right now, I'm puffing on some stuff that I didn't actually grow. I had to buy it, but whatever. But normally, no. I puff on my own Chiba, and yeah, usually buy a 6 pack a day. Drink 6 beers. Usually not even that, but around that. That's usually within 5 hours, though. So, I mean, how drunk can you possibly get? Like, drinking 6 beers in 5 hours?
Enough.
How much of a buzz? Like, I mean, in reality, that's a beer an hour. So, I mean, it is what it is, baby. I told you once before, and I'll tell you once again. I've been treating Mike Natilli my whole life. It is what it is, baby. It's all Gucci. It's all Gucci. So now, without further ado, I think we've rambled on enough. Let's just skip to the point.
It's comedy, it's satire. Nobody knows what's going on. Hey there, would you like to have a playbook on how to make a deadbeat dad? Okay. Now, because the majority of the court systems are aimed towards
So we're gonna pause it again, and then we're gonna go back, and then my person is gonna be there. All right. So I'm gonna push play on this video.
it's comedy, it's satire. Nobody knows what's going on. Hey there, would you like to have a playbook on how to make a deadbeat dad?
How my audio is going.
Now, because the majority of the court systems are aimed towards females getting all custody all the fucking time, and dads having to like really fight to prove some shit. get any kind of
So
custody.
now I turn that down a little bit.
Well,
Now I
want
want to see how my
is an online
microphone
tutorial
matches up to
on
everything.
exactly what you need to do if you're in a relationship with someone, you've had a kid, and you want to just ruin their fucking life
I think
for no
maybe
reason.
turn that up
Because
just a little bit more.
you're a cheater or whatever, or he's a cheater. I don't know your particular situation. I'm a guy, I was born with a penis. I'm on the dude's side most of the time. I know for a
Turn it up maybe
fact
just a little bit more.
how much females lie and will cry to get what they want.
We're gonna
They are
check it
taught
out.
to cry to
Yeah.
get what they want.
Yeah.
So, just recognize that. We're going to go through this 2.5-minute tutorial. This is all you need to know.
Okay. I think we're there. I think we got it. So, now I would like you to look at the video of this right now. I don't need to test the audio. I'm pretty sure we just got it all figured out. Sweet. I like it. I dig it. Cool. All right. Let's go.
It's comedy, it's satire. Nobody knows what's going on. Hey there, would you like to have a playbook on how to make a deadbeat dad? Okay. Now.
Okay. So, real quick, I just want to introduce you to Daniel Ryan Dowd. Somebody that I know, that I've known for quite some time. And I don't know. I guess a little bit of a rocky relationship. Whatever. But, you know. He's an okay guy. So, he does a lot of live streams, a lot of videos. And we're really not going to get like too much into it. I really don't want to get into the details, to be perfectly honest. But every now and then, this motherfucker has got some shit to say. And every now and then, I peep in and I listen. My dog's going crazy, sorry. Every now and then, I peep in and I listen. And I hear some shit that I like. And I hear some shit that I like and I shares. So, that's what we're doing. And not only are we doing that, but we're also going to address my daughter and my daughter's mother. And that's exactly what we're doing, because we are about to show you how to create a deadbeat dad. Because there's some women out there that do actually have a motherfucking playbook on how to do this shit, and they're very much taught how to do this shit. So let's go.
Because the majority of the court systems are aimed towards females getting all custody all the fucking time, and dads having to like really fight to prove some shit to get any kind of custody.
Yep.
What I'm gonna walk you guys through is an online tutorial on exactly what you need to do if you're in a relationship with someone, you've had a kid, and you want to just ruin their fucking life.
Yep.
For no reason. Because you're a cheater or whatever, or he's a cheater. I don't know your particular situation. I'm a guy, I was born with a penis. I'm on the dude's side most of the time. I know for a fact how much females lie and will cry to get what they want. They are taught to cry to get what they want.
And that's a fucking fact.
So, just recognize that. We're going to go through this 2.5 minute tutorial. This is all you need to know if you want to fucking, ruin a guy's life. I'm here to help you out, ladies, okay? And I'm here to show the guys exactly how they always seem to just have like a playbook or something. There is a playbook for them. Pay close attention. Presented by the Father's Rights Movement, right? Once you learn the playbook, it's a lot easier to counter their playbook.
Step one.
Step one, you're going to need to have a baby with the guy. Or a bunch of babies. Doesn't matter. You got to get him to come in your vagina. Come in my pussy, daddy, or whatever the fuck you're going to say. Get the guy to come in your pussy. Then don't wash out your pussy or anything. Don't be responsible in any way, shape, or form. Let that motherfucker bake a loaf. Have a baby, all right? That's step one. Men, pay attention. Because this is what they're trying to do. Because you, to them, are a free open bank account. It's like getting Social Security at the age of 19. Step two, let things go all right for a bit to hook him in.
Now, I just want to pause this real quick for a second. And I want to say, for me, and my fucking personal story, step one and step two were a little bit reversed. It was hook him in and then have a baby. Although, simultaneously, that kind of all happened in one fucking night. So that right there is actually pretty fucking wild. Because I did time it. I will eventually explain. I've already explained in one video, but we'll eventually explain. But for me, my personal story, step one and step two were a little bit reversed.
You know, like, get pregnant, have a baby, stick around for like 2 years.
For me, to be perfectly honest, it was more like around 4 months.
See, because I know for a fact if I were to come on here and read these verbatim, I would get this many views. I know for a fact the instant I hand this to anybody with boobs and a vagina, people are gonna fucking see it. 2025. All of the sudden, decide you want out of the relationship. Have no reasoning. Just run away.
And that's precisely what happened. That's actually precisely what fucking happened. Is because I was with my stepsister, Carlin, out at a bar one night drinking. And I got the call from Autumn. And she said, "Hey, we need to talk." And I said, "Yeah, we're blah, blah, blah. Come hang out." She's like, No, I think blah, blah, blah. We'll talk tomorrow. She came over the next day. She did. And then she proceeded to tell me that she was pregnant and that she didn't think it was mine. So my first obvious question was, "Oh shit, you cheated on me." And her reply was no, but I was with somebody a little bit before you. Okay. My response at that time was, well, just because it's somebody else's kid doesn't really have any kind of bearing on, the two of us. And she persisted to say that, no, you're just going to wind up leaving me and blah, blah, blah. So, can't really, you know what I mean? You can't force somebody to be with you. So, I mean, what the hell was I supposed to do? You know what I mean? I wasn't going to beg her to fucking stay or anything like that. So, and she contacts me like, 3 years later. Oh, hey, guess what? I think that baby is yours. Okay.
Make sure you play victim too. Ah, he's the bad guy. It's always him. Well, how can it be him, the ex before him, the ex before that guy, and the ex before that guy? How can it be all your exes are the problem, and it's never you, ladies? Let's keep going. I'm giving you the playbook. I'm also showing you we know the playbook. Leave. Move out while he's at work. Move out of town or even out of state. It doesn't matter. Just run away. No explanation. No closure. Nothing. Just run away and instantly, because we know narcissist, pretty good, instantly be within a relationship of some kind within the next day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5. It'll be under 7 days. She'll be fucking someone else to try to hurt your feelings.
Okay, so I want to touch base on this real quick. Maybe not necessarily just to hurt my feelings, but the common theme still does stand, and it still was there. So I was told, nope, you're just going to leave me, blah, blah, blah. And then shortly after, I find out, obviously, from my sister, right? And a couple other people too, obviously. And you know who those people are. So, and Olivia, if you're watching this, your mother very much knows who all of this is. Like, she knows. Like, she's gonna 100% know. So, um, yeah. Just keep watching.
No, you just dodged a fucking bullet. You somehow got the gun to go off when you weren't even there, type of shit. Now, next step. Ignore all of his calls or messages and block him on all social media. Don't let him
Okay, so I want to say that she didn't block me from anything ever, but shortly after, like, I tried messaging her because I still tried being friends with her because I actually did like her. So I did. I tried to be with her, even though she told me she was pregnant and she thought it was somebody else's kid. Blah blah blah. And I said I didn't really care. I didn't. You know what I mean? It was weird. It was crazy, but I didn't even care. And she still insisted that we weren't going to be able to work out. Blah blah blah. Okay. So there was that. So I absolutely 100% did try. Even when I thought it was somebody else's kid.
have any contact with his children. Okay? It's the beginning of alienation. Step 6. Now you're going to take him to court for child support.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about the fact that after that all happened and your mother broke it off, I got with another girl, and that was a very quick relationship. Her name was Ashley Osway. that was a very, relatively quick relationship. She was going to college in New York City, and obviously that wasn't going to work out. So, and then I met Kate. So obviously, Livy, I know you remember Kate, and Autumn, I know you remember Kate. So that's when I got with Kate. And we're going to back this up just a tiny bit.
Be within a relationship of some kind within the next day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5. It'll be under 7 days. She'll be fucking someone else to try to hurt your feelings.
We're gonna back this up just a little bit.
No, you just dodged a fucking bullet. You somehow got the gun to go off when you weren't even there, type of shit. Now, next step. Ignore all of his calls or messages and block him on all social media. Don't let him have any contact with his children. Okay? It's the beginning of alienation. Step 6. Now you're going to take him to court for child support.
And now we're right back to the whole goddamn fucking point. So, if you would like, if at any point, if you do actually ever watch this stream, Olivia, you will know that, ask Kate, that one day I was sitting at her apartment before her and I ever even actually moved in our own apartment together. That one night, I got a phone call from your mother when you were about 3 years old, stating that she thinks that you're my kid, blah, blah, blah. And so we wind up going to court. Here's a really wild, crazy thing, though, and I'm gonna kind of persist on this until I 100% know. But no paternity test was actually ever taken place. I'm just gonna say that right now. Like, no paternity test. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you're mine, but there's no 100%. Like, there's nothing was ever established. So.
Okay? Paternity is probably already figured out.
In that case, it wasn't figured out. I just admitted.
Number 7, if he's awarded any kind of visitation, don't follow it. Your mom. You won't ever barely get a slap on the wrist for any of the shit that you're fucking doing. The rules don't apply to you, okay? Remember that.
And that's kind of what happened, because in the beginning, when all of that did happen and we did go to court and everything was ordered and blah blah blah, you did come. I was working for a company called Osmos, and you did come around like on the weekends, and we did like a little bit of like visitations at the Potsdam playground, a little bit at first, and then there were a couple of times, like a little bit of times, that you came to stay overnight with me. You and I used to go for walks, and we used to walk around and look at all the flowers in people's front yards. And yeah, it was really nice. So, I mean, that's facts. That really did happen.
These rules were only made for men, apparently. Now, when he starts to get behind on support, send him to jail and always raise the support amount so he can never get ahead, never catch up, nothing.
So, I'm not going to say that 100% started happening, but around that time, I will 100% admit that I actually, like, with the money that I was making and the really fucked up issues that I was dealing with, because I don't think you or your mother, and you know what, it really sucks. I don't think anybody's ever going to completely understand what I went through when Autumn told me that she was pregnant and then told me that it was somebody else's kid, when I pretty much knew that it wasn't. And then I started working for Osmos, and my sister had an apartment with one of our other friends, right? Ashley. And then I came home for a weekend to stay at their place. And there were baby pictures on the fridge, right? And then when I immediately saw the pictures, which is one of the pictures that I have in my wallet, obviously I immediately knew that that was my girl. But I had somebody tell me that it wasn't. Yeah.
And see, he wasn't a deadbeat dad. He was doing everything he could to support you and the kids, and then you ran off with him. Disappeared.
At first, it was Jared. That was the crazy part. At first, it was Jared. When me and Kate were together and we were living together in our own apartment together, you know, the same apartment where I built the giant igloo and the giant snow fort where you played in. Remember that? Yeah. Yeah. And she was with Jared at the time.
Ghosted. Come out of nowhere. Now you want all this money and shit. Make sure you always, number 9, use the system to your advantage, because you're a crybaby little bitch. You were born with boobs and a vagina, and you should be coddled. You should never have to do anything. Except the government, when they gave you the rights to vote, they also took away your right to be a lazy bitch that does nothing, and now you're going to have to go get a job unless you can trap a man into coming in your pussy and then getting him to pay all your fucking bills via child support.
And ironically, that's kind of weird because when I was fucking taken to court, when I made the call, which is completely 100% on fucking file, by the way. When I made the call to St. Lawrence County Child Support Unit. Hi, my name is William Gray. I'm here for this. I set up the appointment.
If you accuse him of abuse, silver bullet. Now, if he can accuse you of abuse back, he won't be believed. It's just how it is.
None of this is actually relevant.
The only way as a man you can fight it is you accuse them of sexual abuse back.
I can just say that. Well, it actually
not just normal abuse,
and
not
it's
just
pretty
domestic
fucked up.
abuse, sexual abuse. Using sex to get what they want is the key phrase, gentlemen, you're going to want to use in court. They were using sex to get what they want. Anytime they wanted something, they were my best friend and they were down to fuck. Any other time, I was their worst enemy and I never understood it.
Right.
Silver bullet. Remember, you're battling vampires and fucking werewolves and shit. Because you guys live in fucking fantasy land. Step 10 to creating a deadbeat dad is to break him down. So on top of making sure he's in and out of jail all the time, can't keep a job, can't make money to pay you this fucking child support so you can act like the better parent, when we know you're not, because here's the thing.
Here's the thing, right? We know you're not because I actually have in messages from your own fucking daughter who specifically says you're not really a mom. You are, but you aren't. That's fucking interesting, right? I mean, probably not to you, but I have it in message, like specifically from your daughter, where she specifically says, you're a mom, but you're not. And we know, and deep down, she knows too. She's experienced enough of you. And I absolutely 100% remember what you told me about, like, your upbringing, about your mom and dad, like, with you, your interactions and everything. And, yeah, so, like, I mean, to me it makes sense, but, I mean, maybe after this, something will make sense to somebody else, but hopefully.
Them kids grow up. And if them kids are failures, ladies, like a lot of fucking people that were raised by their moms are failures, guess who is to blame? Not the deadbeat dad not being there. No, he had nothing to do with how them fucking kids act. You and stepdaddy, maybe, if you weren't going for full, I'm the most powerful being on the planet. I'm a mommy daddy. Woo! Look at me single parenting. Ain't nobody want to do that shit. Nobody wants to single parent. I get it. But, you know, I will also have to say, gentlemen, it's your fault for being so attracted to pussy. That's why I push gay agenda. Not trans agenda, gay agenda.
I'm not gonna
I
lie.
think
Fuck, dude.
dudes should hang out with dudes till they're 25, and girls should hang out with girls till they're 25. Out of college. Have your life together before you start fucking.
Maybe like
I mean, it's not like don't masturbate.
I mean,
you can pay $6
$25, $23,
a month
whatever.
to any OnlyFans or to look at her pussy,
That's reasonable.
jerk your dick off till you turn 25, guys. I mean, the state of the world showing that a lot of mommy-raised people,
now,
you know, single mothers raised.
Now, I will say that when all this happened, and if this is true, which I think it is, but we don't 100% know for sure, if all this is true, then I was 26 when this happened.
These girls that are all OnlyFans whores. Got all these daddy issues. Oh, well, my parents got divorced and my mom had full custody and my dad, I didn't really see my dad. That's your fucking mom's fault. Might have been your dad's fault. He didn't want nothing to do with it because after your mom pulled what she pulled, he didn't feel like there was a family to even fucking take care of anymore. It's like, Bitch, you think you can do this all by yourself? Do it all by yourself.
So I want to also touch real quick. So literally everything that I've been saying and everything that has been said, feel free to go back and fact check. Ask Carlin. Okay. Ask Ashley Kelman Smith. Ask Jared, right? So, you can also ask the court how the time stamp, the time frame. That's what's the most important part about all of this is that you were what were you 3 years old when we actually went to court to establish custody and all that. And I didn't ask for actual paternity tests or anything like that. I just immediately admitted that you were mine. And so that immediately gave me responsibility for you until you're 21 years old. So all of that. So that's very, very important. Okay.
You know what I mean? Listen, I am 100% pro-life until the laws change to where you can get an abortion all you fucking want. But I can also just say, no responsibility, all I fucking want. Which means if you decide to have that baby, I can go, nah, I don't want to do it. That's a deadbeat dad, motherfuckers.
And that's exact opposite of what I fucking did. Because despite somebody looking in my eyes and telling me that they thought it was somebody else's fucking kid, a person named Anthony who was in the military, or was it actually Jared? Who knows? I'm pretty sure it wasn't Anthony, though, because Anthony was a Puerto Rican, and you damn sure don't have dark curly hair and dark brown eyes. So we know it wasn't him. But that was the story that was given to me, though, that you thought it was him. And then when I saw pictures of you, I immediately knew that it was not it was not his baby. So
Then tell everyone, including the judge, how terrible he is as a father.
we're going to pause that for a second. So then after dealing with a whole bunch of that shit, there were several times, yes, I was accused of being of that. And that was really, really, really hard to deal with because I was just honestly trying to do the right thing.
11 steps, we're one step away. Here's the 12th step. This is how you create a deadbeat dad. Instead of a deadbeat dad just existing, like the majority of, you know whose fathers that just aren't a part of their lives, and they blame it on that, and then they want reparations. See, you can make a racist joke without bringing color into it. That's A-level genius joke. Thank you. You're welcome. You know, no big deal. How about you make racist jokes that don't include color? I like that idea. You know what I mean? Now,
all right. So that pretty much, yeah.
you know, like,
there you go. There it
terrible
goes.
people hide themselves from the internet. I don't care. Find me on social media. We can be friends. I'm pretty cool.
Bye.
You ever need to talk about some shit? I'm usually around. What I'm going to do after showing you how to create